Ladies and gentlemen, what is going on, you guys? Welcome back to the channel. Today we are going to be talking about Call of Duty Modern Warfare. Now, if you guys know about my channel, I really don't do commentary gameplays because my channel is not based on that, but I think I'm going to be getting into that because it's just a lot of things I want to get off my chest. It's a lot of things I want to talk about with the community, you know, you guys out there, because I know a lot of you guys just don't want to see a gameplay. You guys want to hear, you know, while we thinking about certain update, the new game, you know, certain attachments, certain weapons, changes, modes, you know, anything regarding, you know, the game itself, you know, instead of just showing the gameplay. So for today's video, man, we're gonna be talking about MW2, my initial thoughts on the beta. This is gonna be almost like a review. I mean, we already seen like a whole bunch of reviews, but this is my personal opinion. You know, what I think about the beta, what I think about the whole Modern Warfare. Should you buy it? Should you know, play it? You know, what's it good? Anything like that. So anyway, without further ado, let's get into this video. As you can see right here, we are playing the original Modern Warfare for 2019. So I'm running an M4A1 right here, which is one of my favorite weapons. We actually end up with 79 kills, and which is, you know, it's the top score on the whole entire match. I got the best score in the match. So anyway, I hope you guys enjoy the gameplay as well. So anyway, let's talk about these, man. Pretty much, man, what do you guys think about the beta? And you know, for me, I feel like Warzone players will be tempted to buy the Modern Warfare 2 regardless of how good the game is, because you know, it's gonna give you access to easier weapon, you know, like to level your weapons easy. But for those that just are interesting for the MW2 experience from the campaign and multiplayer spec ops, is it really worth it though? Like, are you really gonna be focusing on the campaign, the multiplayer spec ops, or are you just like going in there just to get weapons and level up so you can go ahead and use in Warzone? Are you a Warzone player? This is the biggest question going on right now in the community, man, because ever since Battle Royale came out, you know, Fortnite, you know, Warzone, Apex Legends, it's like Battle Royale has been taking over the whole multiplayer specs, and a lot of people are like, they kind of get bored playing multiplayer. So are you getting MW2 just to level up weapons to get in Warzone? Are you buying a $70 game? Like, what are we doing? Well, I would say this, y'all. I mean, Call of Duty has been pretty much a fast-paced arcade style. The other, you know, other tactical style games doesn't really have, you know what I'm saying? Modern Warfare 2 and Infinity War have pretty much tried to push the game as far as, you know, the tactical, towards the tactical end of the spectrum as much as possible, which is a little crazy because when you play MW2, you guys, this game reminds me a little bit of Rainbow Six. If you actually playing the beta, you just feel like you're playing Rainbow Six mixed with, you know, Call of Duty at the same time. The one thing that I can say about the beta, you know, and you guys can, you know, wait on these, is the recoil, man. Like, you know, if you're watching this gameplay right here, man, every time I aim and try to shoot at an enemy, it just feels so smooth. And we're talking about MW 2019. You know, when I'm shooting at an enemy in MW 2019, it just felt easy, smooth. You know, I'm always hitting the target. It didn't feel like the recoil was that crazy. You can see right here, man, I just dropped two guys right there. Easy recoil with the right attachment, things like that. When I'm playing MW 2022, the new one, MW2, it just felt like even with the attachments, even with that, I try to put as much recoil attachments on the weapon, and even though the M4 and some of the weapons had a good recoil, the majority of other weapons had insanely increased recoil. If you're not using the M4 or the Vector, you know, the Finesse, you know, some of these weapons that we had trying to beta, only a few of them had like really decent recoil, but the majority of a lot of them just had increased recoil, which is crazy. I mean, I want to be able to aim and shoot and still be able to hit the target, but you know what I mean, I like the, you know, the style that Call of Duty you know, is bringing to this MW2. I mean, like I said, the whole tactical and at the same time arcade. The graphics, I would say the graphics are nice. The sound of the weapons are nice. I like the characters. I like the you know how, you know, the weapons look. They look realistic. The maps, you know, what do you guys think about the maps? Or like this is one of the biggest issues that we have, like at least on the past maybe 3 or probably the past 2 to 3 Call of Duties, where we're just not satisfied with the map design. And I feel like MW2, you know, they are bringing back the whole, you know, yo, this map is insane. This map is something that, you know, I want to come back and play on this map. Like, I mean, every single map that we play on the beta was actually good, which is great, because I feel like MW 2019 was one of the best Call of Duties of all time, in my opinion, because of the graphics, the campaign, you know, the kill streaks. I mean, pretty much everything on the game was great, except the map. Like, if they would have had the maps that we have right now in MW2, and you put those maps in 2019, how great would this game have been? You know what I'm saying? So I feel like, you know, they're getting stuff right. The only thing that to me is you know, missing is how would you say this? I would say, like, not just the recoil to me, because a lot of people feel like, okay, having this high recoil makes the game realistic, but like some of the things that they actually put on the game, some of the mechanics. So what do you guys think about Dead Silence though? Dead Silence has been a perk in a lot of Call of Duty games. Allows you to pretty much activate Dead Silence by equipping the perk. You had Dead Silence activated, just like when you had Ghosts and any other stuff like that. So you're able to run around, people don't hear you, which is okay. I don't feel like, you know, you should take away the people that want to play fast paced. What they're doing on MW2 is that they're trying to punish the people that want to rush, and they want to help the people that want to play slow. The people that want to play slow, they are able to hear you while you running. Every time you come around the corner, every time you jumping, anytime you shooting and running, anything like that, they can hear you because you don't have Dead Silence. And to me, that's one of the things that I don't like about the game. You know, if you guys can, you know, let me know in the comments down below, what do you guys think about Dead Silence not being a perk? I mean, being a field upgrade once again, just like the past MW2. This thing had actually created so much camping on MW 2019. You know, because if you guys remember when MW 2019 came out, it was like so many people was just camping. They were putting claymore mines, they were putting, you know, all these things on the floor, and they would just camp and wait for you because they're able to hear you. They know where you come from, and they knew that since you were able to hear you and you were able to hear them, that it was no point for them to be running around, because then they were going to get killed. So it created a whole bunch of camping. So I understand they want to, you know, create this whole tactical stuff, but it is an arcade game. Call of Duty has been all about running and gunning. You know what I'm saying? At least give me both options though. Put Ghost and Dead Silence on the same, you know, perk slot. That means if you want to use Ghost, you can't use Dead Silence. If you want to use Dead Silence, you can't use Ghost. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? So to me, that would have worked a lot better, and that's something that they, you know, they're taking away from us. So I don't like that part of, you know, that part of the game. Another thing I don't like is the whole thing with mini maps. So the mini map, the red dots, if you guys have heard, you know, if you guys don't know, red dots, I'm not there anymore. Anytime you shooting your weapon with or without the, you know, a silencer, you're not gonna pop up on the mini map. So the only way you can pop up on the mini map is if somebody call UAV and you don't have Ghost. So if you don't have Ghost activated, you shooting your weapon, you're still not gonna show up on the mini map, which is good for the people that don't want to use Dead Silence, because they're taking that whole, you know, oh, I want to use a certain attachment instead of only using Dead Silence on this slot, which is good. I understand that part, but at the same time, they taking away, you know, yo, if you're shooting your weapon, I should be able to see where you're shooting from, you know, because the sound. Now we all have to use the sound. Now me personally, I don't hate that too much, because I mean that's gonna help me. I mean, personally, it's gonna help me. I don't really rely too much on, you know, using a mini map to find a location for the enemy, you know, because I'm able to use the sound. I'm okay with that. But they're doing that. Another thing that they're doing is basically, so if you guys didn't know, one of the other things that is a lot of, you know, controversy right now, because a lot of people are debating, is this a good idea, is it a bad idea? The perks. So let's talk about the perks, y'all. So right now we have talked so far about this, the sound, the maps, you know, how the maps are designed well, how this game is compared to 2019, you know, the weapons, the graphics, things like that. The sound, we have talked about the sound. We have talked about dead silent, and the one thing we want to talk about now is the perks. So, and we also have talked about dead silent. So the perks in general. So the thing that we know about the perk is that when you first start the match, you pretty much don't have your perks. You start with 0 perks. Even though you got them equipped, you have to wait throughout the match. You're gonna be unlocking the perks that you got selected, which is kind of crazy at one point, because we're so used to, you know, if I jump in there with, you know, dead silence, which we're not gonna have as a perk now, but if I jump in there with dead silence, ghost, and scavenger, you know what I'm saying, I want to be able to, if I kill a whole bunch of enemies, I want to be able to pick up ammo right away, as I'm killing just enemies. Now you're not gonna be able to do that if you don't have scavenger unlocked at that point, because the match just started. Then you still out of ammo. You're gonna have to pick out somebody's ammo. You know, you feel, unless you feel upgrade actually, you know, level up that quick, which you know, I don't think that's gonna happen. So that's one of the things I don't like. That to me, unless they put this thing as like on the first 3 minutes, the perks actually unlock in the first 3 minutes. I mean, that's not far off. But if they have the timer reduced to where it takes a lot longer, or the way they have it now, to me it's a negative. I think that the perks needs to go back to the way they were before, not the way they have it now. So if you guys don't know about the perks, go ahead and I suggest you guys, you know, watch some gameplay and see what I'm talking about, the perks, how they unlock, you know, throughout the time. Another thing I want to talk about is, you know, a lot of people are focusing on this, is the movement. So when we talk about the movement, we're talking about slide cancellation. We're talking about, you know, being able to slide, cancel, move fast throughout the map, especially since we have the 120, you know, field of view. 120 field of view allows you to look like you're moving super fast, which is crazy, you know what I'm saying? It's only PC was able to use that on MW 2019. As you can see, this gameplay right here is at 80 field of view. It looks like I'm moving slow, you know what I'm saying? But if I was playing on PC, it would have looked like I was moving fast. So the movement in 2000, you know, the movements in MW2 is quite different than the previous 3 games. There's no slide cancellation, like I say. It takes quite long to spring out of times, and the few mechanics like dolphin diving and the ledge hanging, while the new mechanics offer a bit more variation, they can be used offensively, and without anything to replace slide cancellation, we kind of feel like we left, you know, kind of comparatively slow paced game compared to the last 3 Call of Duty. If anything, it feels like we're probably reminded of the old Call of Duty fans, you know, back in the original boots on the ground Call of Duty games. That's what it feels like, you know. And to me, the mechanics are okay, and I feel a little slow sometimes, you know. But you know, as long as we have that 120 field of view, it still feels like we're moving faster than we was moving 2019, especially if you were playing. Alright, but anyway, that's it for this video, you guys. This video was actually longer than I was expected to. This is why it's kind of hard to do commentary videos, man, because you can go ahead and just keep talking forever. But anyway, thank you guys for watching, man. If you guys enjoyed this gameplay, if you guys can do me a big favor, man, subscribe to the channel, drop a like on this video, hit the notification bell so you guys don't miss my future videos. And once again, you guys, thank you guys so much, and I'll see you guys next time in the next one.